She might be eating her pig toy. Did you get in, Posey? Oh, you got here. Posey just destroys the things she loves. I guess so. Hello, Willow, Mac, Abram. Posey just got into the stuffing of one of her toys. So, game over.
We have a scrap system now, but the real question, when are we getting blue science?
Blue science. I can typically get blue science started in 3 hours, which is not fast by any means. Okay, the scrap system. The system by which you recharge your very powerful attacks. So, when a move is selected to be scrap, it will have a special little effect on it. Noted here by these spinning gears, which, you know what? I think we might want those to be a higher Z index. Scrap effect. That's got to be some kind of... That is just always in front? Let's look at remote. Your battle manager menu, combat menu, scroll container. All right, so the scrap system. So in the game, you have some very powerful special attacks, but these require a resource that in the current demo version, the only way to restore that resource is by resting at an inn. And so basically you get to use the move one time while you're out away from town, which isn't very much. It doesn't even recharge when you level up. C index 0. And so the scrap system is the system by which you will be able to restore those points. Okay, you know what? Never mind. I don't care. So it's this meter up here, which in the demo you only have 1 gear. In my little example here, I'm at 5. We should actually reduce that for testing. Special, let's say you're at 2. 2 seems good. Good testable system here. So if you use the move, well, it went there and then nothing happened. Did you notice that? We got no pending scrap from that. I thought we already had that one working, but maybe not. Maybe not. Okay, well, we need to get that working first off. I guess we did not. Debug menu, meter gear, moves. Oh, I added up the stuff for when you win the battle or lose the battle. No, we never actually got it there. So when you use an attack, and it is the scrap move. Here we go, right here. How much scrap do you get for using a scrap move? That is the question. 4,000 scrap. Award scrap. All right, move that out into its own little function. How you doing, lag? I had to do some Blender the other stream, like 2 or 3 streams ago. And you would have been simultaneously proud and horrified of what I'd managed to do. Let's do the unit. There we go, the battle unit. Timer 2 seconds. And then we will award some amount of scrap. So that goes into the pending pool. Okay. So, Thousand Year Door. Its system is probably more complex than ours is going to be, and that's fine. In Thousand Year Door, you earn fractions of star power back based on audience members. So the more audience you have, the more star power you get back. And different types of audience members are worth different amounts of star power. And that's really, really silly how complex that system is, considering that they do not get into it. They do not give you the details on how it works. If you have dry bones in the audience, those audience members do not give you star power. The game never tells you this. You may never even notice. Okay. I think this will be affected by modules. Like, you will be able to equip modules that grant you more scrap. But the actual amount you earn, I don't think it should be super consistent. Like, it shouldn't be something you can really count on. Should it? What can it be based on? Because something that Thousand Year Door has that's nice is that as the game progresses, that is to say, as you level up to the level 10, level 20, level 30 milestones, your battle audience auditorium gets larger and can therefore accommodate a larger audience. And it's really silly how that actually kind of feeds into the system where as you level up, you gain star power faster, but that's offset by the fact that the moves you're using require more special points, or star points. Increase the die size with modules. Ooh, more, no. This needs to be very background. I don't want to be drawing attention to, like, the calculation. I want this to just be like, okay, I did the thing, I'm earning some stuff. You start throwing dice out, and oh man, people are gonna lose it. I need this to be vaguely approachable. We can break out the dice for whatever the next game we make is. All right. How often are you going to get one of these is another question. Or make it based on gameplay time. Now that is a hilarious idea. Speedrunners in shambles. It could just scale with the amount of gears you have, but that feels kind of it's okay. I guess the point is, as the game progresses, you do want the meter to charge faster so you can use those moves more often. Play session timer for the marathon players. I'm not against it just being here. You get X amount on average per turn. Enjoy. We can shake it a little bit and make it kind of law of averages. Because I don't want you to be counting turns and be like, aha, okay, the next one is the one I get the special points on. And we can actually modify the amount of little effect particles based on the amount you get. So let's keep that in mind. When should I earn more points? Like the current average, I'm thinking, when you're in the early game, I don't want you to be able to just like be slamming out these recovery moves all the time. Maybe. We could do like a card deck kind of approach, a shuffled list of values earned, so you could count cards. So it's like over the course of X number of battles, you will get the following numbers in an unpredictable order. And so by the time you've reached 10 turns, you always have earned the same amount of points. Hi, Jay. Thank you for the giant. That's Mart. Did you guys know that character's name is Mart? That's canon. Yeah. Awesome. Well, I appreciate the lurk. It's nice to have people enjoying the game coming together. See, the thing is, Lag, that so it's 100 points per gear. But I've drawn like 16 frames. So 40 points looks like this. And you're not really going to visually be able to tell the difference between that and 30. I mean, sure you can, but like 40 and 45 is different. 40 and 42 are identical. There's no difference in the frame drawn. So I get it would have to be enough where Okay, how many turns does it take to fill up a gear? Or I guess how many attacks? Because I think we're basing it on attacks. Every time you use an actual move, not an item, not a defense tactic, not a switch partner, but an actual hit the enemy with a move. Or use tattle, or some move that doesn't do damage. That counts too. That's a move. How often can you use recovery? Recovery can net you like 7 to 8 HP, and about the same for energy points, which is at early game. That could be a full recovery for the party. That's pretty big. I definitely don't want you using it frequently. Once per battle is too much. It needs more time to recharge. So let's say you get into, on average, you need 3 attacks, maybe 4 for these early game fights. Okay. And how often are we going to grant you one of these gears? Maybe every 3 turns. No, every 3 dabble turns. So let's say every 5 to 6 actual turns. Every 5 to 6 actual turns, we will request that one of these spawn. So that's going to be about once a battle. About 1 time per battle, you get one of these. Like, ooh. And so that tells me maybe if we want to limit to like every 3 fights, you're allowed to use that special move. So that feels like more than you need. Then we award about 30 to 40 hundredths of a point. Scale with level. Add your level? Now there's something, because that's very minor. Add your level times something. Oh my gosh, Theron, 44 months. Wait for it.
44 months? That's almost something I just can't quite pinpoint. What has it been so long?
Theron, thank you for your continued patronage. Please enjoy that golden dabble badge and all the other bric-a-brac that comes with a sub. Yeah, let's use your level to scale it and just not mention it. Hello, Willow. Oh my gosh, Posey. So let's say 30 to 40, but then add your level times it's Posey everywhere. I mean, I wouldn't call it actual cheese, but it definitely wasn't for dogs. I'll show you. Is this the one? It vaguely this. Hang on, I'll pull it up. These little single-serving Kraft mac and cheese. It's just dried noodles in a cup with a small... It's cup noodles, but with this weird cheese-flavored powder that you mix in with the wet, heated noodles. And it's not particularly appetizing, but children love it. Posey ate it. Posey just got one and just ripped into it. She ate all but 2 noodles. We found 2 noodles today. And she ate the entire cheese powder pack packaging and all. I'm gonna say times 2. I'm gonna get a little bit of a bonus. Scrap amount. That's a balance question right here, but we got it. And then effect count is going to be scrap amount. Right now we're doing 8. So let's divide by 4. Let's divide by 6. So even at the, you're going to start by getting 5 to 7, and it's only going to, well, 5 to 8 maybe? I don't know. There'll be some. Revenge for the haircut. That must be it. Okay, the timing here. I've got this little await thing. There you go, you can see it fill up there. Okay. Now we need to actually select a move. That is going to be hard. When do we select the move? When do we actually select it? See, this is annoying because this is where we're actually pulling the list of moves that are available. Get the move. We have to check if you can use the move. And that would be annoying, wouldn't it? If it comes up and then you just can't use it because... Like it's a ground-based move and there's no enemies on the ground. That would be awful. However, I think that is a valid scenario. And you can work around that. Let's say Cat's Wrench is picked as the special attack. If that's the case, all you got to do is switch to Dabble, make him go first to knock an enemy out of the air, and then you can use Cat's attack. It's viable. Of course, you won't know that until you see Cat's move list. Huh. Oh, should it be just whoever... Oh, that would be awful. It loads when you load the attack menu. So let's say that we are ready for... That could work. How do we tell if we're ready for a scrap move? Oh, right here, recovery. This is a completely hidden meter that just counts the number of moves you've done. Musical enemies, yes. Opera house, instruments, musical fight, no. Okay, recovery needs to increment every time you use an attack of type attack. There we go. And once recovery equals a certain amount, You might be thinking of disco. I'm not sure. Okay. Recovery for the scrap is going to increment. Disco stew. Ah. Well, there you go. Let's see. Player attack menu. We load the menu, and at this moment right here, we are going to determine, check for scrap ready. If the recovery... is greater, we said every 5 moves. Then we set scrap move ID equal to a random one of these moves. Even if you can't use it. Even if you can't move it, even if you can't use it, we're still doing it. Any one of these moves could be selected. Once recovery is greater than or equal to 5. Now, let's say Dabble has a prepared move to recover scrap. He's got a scrap bonus move. But you don't use his turn. You switch to Cat and have her do a move. How do we know? How do we tell? I guess, I know how. Scrap move ID gets deleted at the end of a turn. That's easy. So after player side turn is over, enemy side turn starts. On after side start. It'd be nice if we had like a turn over or side over. But we could also do it all sorts of places. It doesn't really matter where. And if it's not blank, yeah, this is an important one. If we did not use, if we had a scrap move ID, then it's time to set the recovery back to 0. That means you just lost it. You had the opportunity to use it and you did not use it. Too bad. And then award scrap. If you do use it, also set it back to 0. Okay, so this is our little hidden meter. I don't know if this is gonna work. Do I have enough pigs here? So to start with, you can see it's not here. Cat's gonna... Okay, so we've used 1 attack, 2 attacks, 3 attacks. Four attacks. Okay, so this should be the one. He doesn't have anything showing up, but if I use an attack, I should be at 5. And a random move of cats is selected. And if I use it, boom. There we go. We got a little bit of gear power back. And now let's confirm. And now it's gone. Okay, good. And I should be able to do one move. Forgot this will work. 2 moves. Oops. 3 moves. Just intentionally fail these to keep these pigs alive. 4 moves. Okay. I want to have... okay, right. Don't have it yet. I'm gonna test this. Okay, Dabble could get it if I use the attack now. We're not going to, and we're instead just going to defend. And now it should be the next one we open up. So let's actually switch to Dabble. Boom. Spring Fling is highlighted. Switch again. Uh-oh. 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 So what is the value currently set to then? Interesting. Bird summon. Check your normals. I don't know what you mean by that. Now it's gone. No, now it's back. Now it's partner wrench. It's changing every time I pull the menu up. That's not good. It should only do this. It should only do this if the current. If it's blank. Yeah. If it's blank, then do it. Okay, so now it's scan. It's only scan. It's still scan. There we go. That's better. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow Dabble to go first. And confirm that Cat still has the special move available. She does. And when we use it, boom, we get our reward. Okay. Better. So this is working. I was originally going to make it only tally up. Only tally up when you get a successful action command. I'm not even going to bother. So that's done. Okay, this part is not done yet. Preferring moves that have not been used recently. How are we going to do that algorithmically? So I got like a little bit of a hangnail here. Applesauce is not a color. You're gonna have to get letters. There's no way around it. Done. Done. New modules for this system. That'll be nice to have some new modules. We also need to figure out where to tutorialize about this. We need a place. Mid-chapter 1. Actually, I do need to extend chapter 1 a little bit, as crazy as that is. So I may lock this behind an ability. Not like any major thing, but just like a an explanation of how the system works. Okay, so all we really need to do is this right here needs to be modified. Potential scrap moves is going to be unique moves dot duplicate. Then what we're going to do is we're going to loop through the recent moves. Which we store here. The oldest ones are at the start of the list. And the newest ones are at the end of the list. We're only storing 6 at most. For recent move index. If potential scrap moves dot size is greater than 0, then erase any instances of recent moves. Okay. Papaya? That looks like papaya. All right, so temporarily. Temporarily. Let's say that you get a move every 2. All right, so I'm going to start with Spring Fling, and I'm just going to miss. Scanner, I'm going to miss. Okay, so I should have a move ready. Yes, and it is Spring Fling. So I'm going to use Spring Fling again. Wait a second. Why is it going to be Spring Fling? I just used Spring Fling. That was the whole point. The whole point of this. Oh, it's not using the ID, is it? It's using Spring Space Fling, which is the English name of the move. So let's look at recent move list here. Yeah, we're adding battlemove.name. But really what we want is battlemove.id, which doesn't exist. There's no such thing. I'm gonna double check that, but I'm pretty sure. Battle move. Yeah. Okay, we need to actually have an ID on that. Papaya Whip. Look, I don't make the rules. It's Papaya Whip. Deal with it. Move object is a move container. And then for move container in move containers, for move name in move containers, move container sub move name dot ID equals move name. Okay, that didn't work. Oh, for move name in move container. That'll probably work fine. As long as it's a dictionary. What if it's not a dictionary? I do need to handle that potential situation. I think I've got a nice little thing here for type of item is dictionary. There we go. Will that work? I would put Papaya Whip on toast. No, we can't iterate on move container. Oh, right. Okay. So instead of doing iteration, we need to do directory property in list. Like that. Now try it. Okay, move name. Ooh. What? Move container is this thing. Get property list. Gave us a dictionary. Move name. Let's get property list. Okay, if move name is string, right? We have to do that as well. Yeah. Maybe. Let's see if that works. Dictionaries. Did that work? I don't feel like that worked. Huh. It's not what I thought it was going to be. No, these are... Oh. These are listed as functions. No, they're not. No, they're not. They are variables. They're variables, like Spring Barrage. It's the same as this setup here. So, what does it not love about that? What's not to love? Get property list. Directory property. Dot name. Directory property dot name. Sure enough. Sure enough. Okay. Maybe this. No. No, no, no. All right, what's our move name then? The word node. Why? All right, hold on. Prop list. Just troubleshooting, calculating the... I know how to do this in JavaScript. Show me the prop list. Bunch of dictionaries. Battle actions, base move container. Big spring, there we go. There's an example of an actual one. Big spring, bird summon. Great. Okay. So, okay, cool. So now we have a move name of node. Well, that's not the one we want now, is it? So we do... let's look at the enemy directory. I think that would be a good example of using this kind of system. Okay, so we see like, okay. Get the object by doing class.get Vacuum processor. Okay, so I want the move container dot get move name. And that's the move. And then we check to see, make sure it's a dictionary. So let's do that. All right, so move right now is null. Okay, good. So it successfully doesn't care. And there we go. Now we got actual moves coming in. We're back. Use a move. Fail immediately on purpose. Fail. Just take the hits. Okay. We've got a move ready. I'm not going to use it. I'm going to use Spring Fling again. Okay. Spring Fling again. Oh, good. Great. All right, now it's actually, it's avoiding Spring Fling right now. Okay, I'm pretty satisfied with that. We'll test it more, of course, but I'm pretty satisfied with how that's working. Then we can change this one back to looking for 5. Great. Okay, cool. Scrap recovery moves. Let's wrap that in an ability. Abilities. Scrap recovery. I don't know exactly what that's gonna look like yet. But recovery is never going to increment unless you have this ability. All right, cool. And then we probably need to actually add a can recover scrap in battle. Scrap recovery. Okay, so now the system exists and you can never use it. Good, good. All right. So let's talk about how we're gonna fill out chapter 1 a bit. So the main thing going on for chapter 1 that I want to change, the biggest thing. And I had originally planned to make this section longer, but it just didn't work out. Okay, so what happens is you go through all up and down this place. You're doing little puzzles, maybe getting some plot information, little side quests, little adventure here and there, and then you have to, finally you're going through this big old mini dungeon. You do a big old mini boss, and when you get out of the mini boss, you're still not really in a safe place. And to be kind of nice to the player, I make it so that you've got 2 snails that you can easily dodge, and then you're back to start. No battles at all on this scene here, because I just wanted to make sure that you weren't going to die right after the mini boss when you're already weakened from the fight. What I originally wanted to happen, way back when, was getting to the other side would just open a shortcut across the river so that you could go back across and then go restock. This map isn't even accurate anymore. There's another scene right here. F2 exists now. Or not this F2, but a different F2. This F2 is actually just more of Room F. The new method I want is that you unlock fast travel here. So the fast travel system is going to be a boat trip, and it's going to take you back to the dock that's over here, right in town. There's a little boat dock here. So the idea is there's going to be a riverboat captain. I'm maybe even thinking just make it a raft, make it really crummy looking. But I don't know, somehow, some little bit of, like, I don't know, you chat with a character, and there's some funny dialogue or something. No, you can't. Unobtainable in the demo. But then he's like, oh yeah, hop on the boat. And then he'll take you back to Frogtown. And then that way we are allowed to have more stuff happening here, if we so choose, to make this leg of the chapter a little bit more something or other. But then I would be okay with putting a save point right after the mini-boss. Right now, I don't put a save point here, specifically because you could get into a situation where it's like, I literally can't beat these snails, I can't get around them, and I can't go back. I'm trapped forever at this save point. But really, you'd have to be pretty bad at the game for that to happen. Ow! Welcome in. Thank you for the raid. We made the scrap system. It works. Ah! But now I want to make it so that you unlock it halfway through chapter 1 or something. There's so many people telling you to do things in RPGs. It's like it never ends. You can't just go explore. Yeah, I already turned it off. So it's locked behind an ability flag, but there's nowhere to unlock the ability. Because I feel like I want someone to explain how it works or something. Hey, casual. Have that cool frog. I love that cool frog. I could even give it to you in Chapter 0. Everyone loves Popsicle. I can have it in the prologue. We could fill out the infrastructure zone a bit with some kind of optional zones. Oh, several things, casual. Several things. So the two major things. I don't want you to have to talk anymore with Cog. I think he's had enough time in the spotlight, in a very long cutscene where you just stand there and talk, and you're going to see him between every chapter. He's gonna have enough screen time. Hey, Liari. Okay, so the two things that I want to work on next, I don't know which one we're going to do first. One is we want to add a horse who captains a raft, and he is the fast travel system. I think we're going to make it kind of like Silk Song-ish, which is to say that you have to pay to unlock fast travel zones after the first one. So we're going to give you this first one for free, but then we're going to give you a money sink. I don't expect money to be an issue in this game at all. The modules will already be a bit of a money sink, but I think it could just be something like that. Put in 10 bits. And it'll be like a little mechanism that raises a flag with the horses. It's a horse, by the way, who's the riverboat captain. I've decided the theme is that any character that is built around transportation is going to be a horse. Silk Horse today. So let's see here. We're going to have save point right here, and you will then be allowed to immediately glide back to town. So we'll need a UI for choosing a destination. It can just be a menu for now. It doesn't have to be anything amazing. He'll need a bit of a story. He doesn't ask you to do anything, I think. I might give you like illusion of choice. Let you choose your reply, but they all end in the same result, which is he lets you use his ship. Maybe you have to raise the flag on his raft. I put a little flagpole in the middle of his dinky little raft, and then you just go over there and you raise it, and then he's like, "Oh my goodness, thank you so much." Okay, so that's one system we have to work on. That's going to be several days of work. But fast travel is important, especially for a game with lots of different areas to explore and revisit. Now, I don't know exactly how the captain is going to get you over to the Wild West Desert area. Not really worried about it. I can hand wave it. You can do that when you're the developer. So the other system that we're talking about is unlocking scrap recovery. So gear power, your special moves. These moves are like really strong, especially in the early game, and I'm considering making them moves that you could actually increase the effectiveness of. We have a system already where moves, you notice right here, moves can actually change level if you have multiple badges equipped, modules, medals, charms. If you have multiple of the same instance equipped, then you unlock higher tiers, heighten your spells, and generally it increases the effectiveness in some dimension while doubling the cost each time for each level up. So I might do that for special moves as well. But anyway, the thing is, special moves are super powerful, and they're big events. Like, whoa, they actually last for several seconds compared to the normal action commands that you get on most moves. That's basically a full party heal right there. But it eats up gear power, and you start the game with 1 gear power, and in the current iteration of the demo, you can't recover it without going to an inn, that's a lot. That's a lot to ask of the player. So the new system is that every so often, one of the moves in your attack list will have a little effect on it, indicating that if you use that move this turn, then you will recover some of your gear in the form of scrap. And once you recover enough scrap and win a battle, that's the important thing. Once you recover enough and you then win a battle, you recover some of your gear meter. It requires some explanation, so I feel like that is something that needs a dedicated thing. We could do a whole tutorial. Somewhere in the infrastructure. Right now there's only 2 rooms back here. A and B. A is very much meant to be just platforming, but B, I left some spaces. I left some spaces specifically to extend this area out. So like this zone over here, I intended that I could add something here, like a little hideaway, or maybe like a guy just sitting under here. That wouldn't be bad because he'd be hard to miss. I want a character that you would see and be like, "What's your deal?" So if we just had a guy just under here, you can't miss him if this was like his home. And then the idea is you're coming back through here after getting access to special moves. And then maybe, then you get the big fight and maybe you forget. I can remind you. If you decide to just jump across, I could have the guy, whatever character we come up with, just pop out and be like, "Hey, I got a tutorial for you." Or maybe you just can't. I would hate for you just to be able to miss the ability to recharge gear power. That would be huge. That'd be awful. This is a tricky one. Especially if you're already in a place where things are happening. I hate that I keep having to stop the player to tell them things, you know? Waker? The Wind Waker, you know. The Wind Waker. I keep having to tell people things. Oh, don't look in there. Okay, so you've got to come back up through here. I did have this stack of boards specifically so that I could have like something constructed here at a later point in the game. Never, no dogs at all. Ooh. How do I stop the player without real... Like, even TTYD, like, they really force tutorials on you a bit. I guess you know what? As long as I give you the opportunity to learn about it, I don't have to force you to learn about it. So I could just throw a character somewhere back here who can explain it and who prompts you. Just prompts you and says, "Hey, I see you got special powers now. You want me to explain how that works? You want to do it? You want to try it out?" Could just be a guy back here or something. Like just put a little inset blob here and just call it a day. This seems like a good place for it. Because you have to pass by here to head back up and face the rat pack. Okay, I think, yeah. I'll come up with a, all right. Okay. Scrap system. Pretty much done. Needs a tutorial. Or at least an explanation. Now, I can do something similar to Mod's explanation of modules by just having a bunch of little crayon drawings pop up that explain the system. Or I can have a whole fake battle that happens, which is doable. But prone to potential issues. It's like now I gotta add systems to block you from doing the wrong thing in a fight. So maybe this character can also specialize in, like, maybe this is also the character that you go to for upgrading your special moves later. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not making any promises on that. Okay. That's gonna be a whole thing. I mean, it's not really. It's gonna be drawing a character and giving him some dialogue. And then just giving him lots of helpful tutorial information. So let's instead, while I'm still awake, barely, let's make our horse captain. Bill Nye type, living in the sewers of the sewer city. Nah, not what I'm going for. I've got some ideas. You'll just have to be surprised. Okay, horse. A horse captain. Captain Hoof. Of the SS Seabiscuit. He has no first mate. Sorry to disappoint. Okay, pirate hat. Pirate hat, captain's hat. Nautical, let's see. Pirate hat or just regular sea captain's hat? Try a sea captain's hat on him. Don't want him to come across as too unhinged here. It's gonna be behind his character art. Oh, a sailor's hat even. Like a Donald Duck hat. See, I would like to get it wedged in here. I can get it wedged in here. I can get it on. I can do it on front, but I just have to be careful about the ears. Vaguely like this. Not the best, but it could work. Deep blue here. And he would need a little emblem. A little patch. Yeah. Yes. Okay, that'll work. Obviously, he needs an eye patch with that. And it's gonna... The way that character art gets flipped is it's gonna switch eye whenever he turns around, and I think that's actually better. It's better that way. Oh, yeah. Captain Hoof. Patch on both eyes. No. Hilarious, but no. Now, is he going to be dressed in the full, like, Navy-style uniform, or more of a pirate's garb with a sailor's hat for some reason? A buccaneer? Flight attendant uniform. I'm just looking for pirate outfit in Google Images. I like this guy's historical pirate outfit with very breezy shorts. Oh, and this guy's fancy duds. Could go full Captain Hook. I like this blue one here. All right. So let's see here. This is This is gonna be a thing here. Maybe the standard, like, just... let's just see what we can come up with. Let's just see what happens. I kind of like the outfit style one better. It's hard to make up my mind here. Just a big frilly... Big frilly bits here. Collary bit. And this gets awkward with the sleeves. And he just has to have short sleeves. All horses have short sleeves. It's just a fact. Okay, kind of this frilly trim here. Oh, he's looking fancy. He also needs that. These little straps here, or whatever, button flaps. He's gonna look amazing, I hope. Slav, welcome on in. Good to see you. His pants can just be regular pants. Although, it would be nice to have these pants a little bit more... it's a horse, all right. Of course, of course. So, this has been bothering me for a while. I made these pants purple. And the result is that I've not been able to actually use them for more than a handful of colors. So I'm going to do this, and we're going to mess with the horses. Specifically 1, 2, and 3. So these two have blue. This guy's got pink. And this guy's got brown. So just remember that. Pink, blue, blue, brown. Alright. Let's get the new horse art pulled in. And all their pants are going to just change color. Okay. So sub viewport. Pants. All right. So now we can go for more of a true brown. This guy had blue, but it was darker blue. Similarly, blue, but it shouldn't be this blue. It should be more like that blue. And then this guy had the true original. The wrong scene. There we go. Much nicer. And now we can make a new inherited scene. Horse actor Captain. Captain. All right, so he's gonna have some serious changes going on for him. First off, the shirt. It's got to be lined up just so. Okay, that's about so. Pants. Can now be a delightful matching blue if we so choose. What if? Yeah. Okay. And now we need his hat. Hat and facial additions. That's not where those go. Close, close. Ahoy, 'tis Captain Horse. I think that works. We can give him a slightly different hair color. So that'd be his head, his neck, his arms, and his legs. And his tail. Oh, man. Leg, leg, tail, arm, head, neck. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So we can make him a little bit more... Oh, the white's gonna get... Yeah, maybe this won't work after all. Just because it colors in the whiter patches here as well, which isn't as great. Maybe not worth it. Yarr. Okay, that looks fine. Right. So he's gonna need to be... It's room G, which I've learned is terribly difficult to search for because it finds anything that ends in G when I try to search for it. Okay, so we're gonna put him over here, vaguely. We're gonna add a new save point right outside. Oh man, coming back to these old scenes, it's like I really did not settle into any decent pattern for a long time on how to arrange these nodes. All right, you'll come out, save point right there. Fast travel. We're adding fast travel. This is where you're going to unlock it. Now, the nice thing is that means that we can keep the snails here. I may want to move them slightly, though, to give a bit more room. For our captain here. Yeah, in the demo, there won't be a lot of places to fast travel to. Log roll. Oh man, this had a whole animation. I forgot about this. So originally in this zone of the game, you would unlock your shortcut back by unlashing these logs. 2 of them would roll into the river and form a little bridge. It was very... There were some invisible walls to make sure you didn't fall off, but it was very awkward. And I started adding more scenes between Frogtown and here, and the result is it's not really a shortcut. Especially since the bridge from Frogtown is like 2 scenes over. So it felt silly. So that got cut. But really, my goal was, after you beat the mini-boss in the cave, I want you to be able to go back to Frogtown and restock immediately if you need to do so. So are we keeping this? I guess we can. Or better yet, just move it further up. Give it some... I hate that it's offset by this much. Let's fix that. Okay, better. Not great, but better. All right. Fast travel. So this needs to be... We're going to go a little bit low budget, at least for the start. When I had originally envisioned this whole fast travel scene, my idea was like, oh yeah, there'll be a cinematic where you hop onto the boat, and then the boat will slowly start, you know, heading down the river, and then it'll fade out with a little jingle, and then fade back in as the boat is coming into the new area. Like, you know what? Select something from a menu, fade to black, play some nautical sound effects, fade back in, you're there. Don't actually make the player jump onto a boat or anything like that. That's not going to be good. Oh, he looks great. Oh, he looks great, great, great. So, at first, all of these docks will not have the captain there. Oh, now here's a question. If I require... Unless I can hide it with some camera trickery. Because I was talking originally about like, oh yeah, you'll have to do something with the gear and, you know, raise the flag. But, what if the player just doesn't? Do they just not unlock fast travel at all? That seems bad. But I don't want to force the player to do things. I just want to strongly... I mean, I do want to force them to do it, but I don't want them to realize that they're being forced into it. I need to, like, I don't need them to go back to town. I don't want to force them to do a fetch quest to proceed. So... instead... We can catch him with a cinematic to have him explain his plight. Is this even a decent place for... I mean, yeah, because getting back to Drainpipe will also be possible by fast travel once you unlock this guy. Oh, it's Captain Hoof. of the SS Seabiscuit. Which I need to add that, huh? Fast travel boat. There it is. Beautiful. That's a boat. That's a boat, all right. And my, what a vessel. I should make an actual boat of some description, shouldn't I? More than just a raft. Gotta make a boat. We kind of have a boat already. Maybe we can just extend this out some more. This is what we've got right now. Ugh. Okay, that one's got some problems with the model. Not to mention you put that in the water and it's going to do this. So I don't think we want that deep of a boat. I think there will be something for everyone in the final version. Don't you worry. Maybe not something quite so IP infringing. Are you talking about Benchy, Mac? The last time I tried this, I did wind up with something that was remarkably similar to Benchy. Yeah, Benchy, the benchmark boat for 3D printing. It is the thing to print to test 3D printers. Everybody knows Benchy. All right, what does a boat need to look like? The last one I was trying to do was like a paddle boat, but I don't think we want that. All right, I'm gonna look for boat on Google. See that? Yeah, see that's the kind of boat I'm looking for, I think. Is like a fishing boat with like a interior cabin. You mentioned that before. I don't think I'm gonna do a fan boat of any kind. Let's see here. Okay, this is gonna be the middle of the boat. All right, visualize, visualize. Can you see it? Can you see it? Oh, I see it. I see it. Boat. Boat! Okay. Good, good. And then Alt S. Cool. Okay. We're getting somewhere. It's seaworthy lag. It's seaworthy. Actually, you know what? That's not bad. For like 4 or 5 minutes, I feel not so bad about that. How else do these boats look? Probably needs to be sloped here. Like this. Not quite that much, but vaguely like that. Oh, so like make that its own little separate mesh for the middle. Is that allowed? Is that legal? I will make it legal. Well, then let's see what we can do here. Let's see here. What is the way to do this? Select all of these. Is it too late? Is it too late? P? P. Okay, and then I don't know, we just make a face there, right? That's how you do it, right? Oh, you can, okay, so you can kind of like make a line and say pop it off. Well, you know, when all you've got is one hammer, all the world's a nail. Reface 2 faces and keep the split down the middle. Okay, so you're saying these guys right in here. Nope. Check the normals on this. So true. And then face here and face here and Al knows a thing or two. Let's check those normals. Normals are good, Al. Thank you. Al's keeping me honest. All right, cool. Boat. Yeah. It's easier to work with now. I'm fairly fine. You know what, actually? You know what? But you know what? You know what, though? Do you? Do you guys know what? You know what time it is? It's time to make it wonky. We gotta wonk it up in here. Not really. Oh, neat. Where's that? Where'd that come? Where did this come from? Did somebody need this? Is that important? Ah, I didn't have that one selected because I wasn't doing this. So when I grabbed a chunk here, I didn't quite get by medial split. Like, let's say that I was an idiot and I didn't know what that was, but from context clues assumed that meant the line down the middle, hypothetically. Right down the the cabin itself. This guy. I guess it's not necessary. So if I wanted to get rid of it, I could dissolve edges. Yeah. Dissolve edges. All right, speaking of looking a little bit wonky, let's maybe correct this a little bit. There we go. Beautiful. Just kind of eyeball that. The whole point is we want this to look very cattywampus. Imprecise. Okay. Double tap G to slide along. Look at the. Oh, that's gonna be a good one. I only just recently learned double tapping I for insetting all faces. We learned that when we were making the roulette wheel. We do, Willow. That is actually pretty important, I think. All right, as an experiment. I think we lost all character trying that. Okay. As an experiment. Still no. As an experiment. Absolutely not. Creasing. Now that's what I'm thinking of is like edge or Control R, edge loops. Close to the edges. Like make an edge loop and then kind of get it right up against the edge, close-ish. I don't even know if we want this. That's a holding edge loop, okay. A creasing is different. That does help. Gotta admit, that does... Select an edge. Open your edge. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. All right. Open edge data. Uh-huh. It was item. Okay. Dang it. Ah. Oh, there's the edge data. Ah, crease. Oh. Okay, I do see it. I do see it doing things. Now, could I... Oh, okay. Oh. I can select all of them. Ah, or if I select a loop. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. There's something there. Well, let's see here. Yeah. Oh, and the oh boy, it gets complicated, as you can imagine. Oh, and then the crease becomes color coded. I want this one. And this one, I think. But also this one. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, Subdivision, when I, did the donut stuff, the vague idea I got was like, okay, this is a GQ everybody. The idea I got was like, okay, this is like it's the Bob Ross. It's like this will look good even though it's technically not the right way to do it. You can get like 80% of the way there with very little effort by heavily abusing Subdivision Surface. Kind of yes, kind of no. Okay, that's not bad right there. And you still get that nice crease up front. Very common for game workflows. Okay. Wait, GG. Remember GG. When in doubt, GG. Oh, wait, actually that one I just want to slide up this way. I do want to continue to wiggle this a bit here and there. This is not bad. More fun than a barrel of polygons. Toilet Dungeon, Chapter 6. Oh yeah, we never did our full count of toilets in Thousand Year Door. Of which I had 3 right off the bat, plus 1 in Super Paper Mario. Do we dare? But you can't make him sink. This one's a TV, not a toilet. Right? Yeah, that's a TV. Look at that boat. My boat looks nothing like that. Good. Right, right. This didn't have it had a bucket. Yeah, a bucket and very much not a toilet. No toilets. There's a chance, but unlikely. No, you're not gonna put a toilet in this one. Okay, I don't think there's any chance. Rogueport Sewers, no. Petal Meadows, no. Seabiscuit. Oh, no, that's the name of the boat. It's the SS Seabiscuit, and it's Captain Hoof. So you very much are on the right path here. Flurry's house, no. It's just a room. It's just a room, and it just dead ends. Bogley Tree, no. Glitzville, yes. Glitzville has 2 toilets. Look at how well they're modeled.
Welcome to the world of Pokemon. I've studied Pokemon all my life. Here, take this Pokedex. It's empty, and your mother sleeps in the kitchen.
Major League Rock Room. What was the other one? Oh, it's the locked room, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, and then that leads into the locker. Somebody living in the walls. And then this is the one. Yeah, there's the other toilet in Glitzbit. Does not sleep, she weeps. You got time for weeping, you got time for... All right. Twilight Town, no way. There's no rooms in these houses. Even the mayor's house. I mean, maybe that's Chamber Pot, but I doubt it. Gosh, don't you just love the look of Twilight Town? Look at that. Look at how they did this effect. Look at how they did this. That's so good. That's so good. No. 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 Creep Steeple, none. Keelhaul Keep, doubtful. Just bed. Just bed. Pirate's Grotto, absolutely not. Cortez's ship, no. Excess Express, you might think there's a possibility, but no, there's not. Their day. Riverside Station, no. Okay, Poshley Heights has a chance, just because the buildings are so big and fancy that they might have modeled more rooms. Oh, that's something I need to remember to get on Mdoggy about, is the camera controls. If anybody did Bold Bogey demo, tried it, his up button does not take you straight up. It takes you up based on the direction you're facing. So if you're looking kind of slightly down and you press the up button in the camera mode, it takes you like slightly forward. Was there even a shower? I didn't even pay attention that much. That's super. I'm thinking of the suite in Marymore. Hatwards. Thank you. Not here. Oh, okay. Train station. This has a lot of posh houses. It's not a bathroom. Okay. this. Wow. Love trains. Let's play Factorio. There's no houses here. Yeah. Well, that's it then. Far Outpost, no. Moon, no. However, X-Not Fortress, yes. Yeah. There it is. It's a future toilet. Is that the exact same model? I think it is. Hang on. 2 bolts on the bottom. No, it's not the same because the other one had a pipe there. 2 bolts there. Let's check. Let's check. Is it almost the same model? 2 bolts. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I think it is. I think it is. Wait, hang on. This one has a little sink in the tank. And there's none in the Palace of Shadow, in case you're wondering. Oh, it definitely could be. Slight bevel at the bottom. Bevel and then up. Hexagonal flusher. Yeah, that's the same model. But it's different. They've added a sink and a pipe on this one. There's little bits of the mesh that are different. But for the most part, it's the same. Wait, is that modeled or yeah, no, that's actually 3D for the sink. You know what? I love the reusing of textures everywhere. I'm doing that a lot in my game. Everything is using the same texture all the time. Okay, is this decent? Why isn't it a sailboat? I guess he needs like a outboard motor or something, right? How do you make an outboard motor? What does a motor look like? Not at all a lot rounder than I would have expected. Okay, that one is kind of boxy. Well, the actual blades would be underwater, but you need the little bit. If you're brave enough, even an outboard motor. It is rather rounded, is it not? What if... That's almost it right there already. It tapers a bit towards the bottom. That's not bad. That's how we do things around here. That's the way we like to do things. It's the way it works. Here in the place. Like, presumably this part might be underwater, but maybe not. kind of want to just do another mesh for just the bit sticking out. Or incredible. Looks great. Hang on, hang on. Oh, look at that! I did it! I learned a thing. I learned a thing. Why is this all one mesh? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Shh, 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 shh. How do they attach an outboard motor to, I don't know, it's like clamped to it somehow. Oh, it is supposed to be above. Okay, well, It is supposed to be like up a bit here. But this part will be underwater, so this part is fine. But just in case it's not fine, let's make it like go down way farther than we think it needs to. What else? I know what else, but I'm gonna add it in Godot instead. Okay. This goes, doesn't matter. Fast travel boat. The SS fast travel. I didn't do any of the, I didn't assign materials. I do want to actually assign materials. Even if they're just little placeholders. Boom, that's a material. New, assign it. It's blue. Wow. The roof. Just the top. New material. Wow. It's grayish. Underside of roof. That's, you better believe it, that's a new material. And then base material, doesn't matter. Make it gray. We'll give it actual something or other later. Okay, materials. Sure. And then oh geez, like I cannot. I cannot manage to just select materials. That feels like that's more than I wanted. Bup. It's gray. It's great. And then bup. No, just bup. Just bup. That's material. It's purple. Interior is material 5. Great. Outboard motor. Probably not going to come up. But boom. Material. Okay. We'll set the materials in Godot. We just needed them to be separate materials. Blood blender boat. Boat. Oh, this needs to be its own folder. It's not really a scene. I mean, everything's a scene. Does that go? It's like a whole system. Mechanisms. Fast travel. The folder. Oh gosh, I'm so tired. I'm about to go to bed. There were a lot of storms last night. It was not cool. Hey! Boat. Boat. All right, there we go. It's silly. We'll give it a little bit of a bobbing in the water. Oh, you know what? Actually, no, not instantiate. New inherited scene. Here we go. Grab these. Move those into here. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. There we go. That was very important that I did it in that exact way. Don't worry about it. Node 3D. Model. Plop that in there. Animation player is going to be, plop that in there. Animation player is going to be on that model. This should be zeroed out. Where'd he go? You might wonder. I do wonder, actually. Oh, over there, huh? Why? Don't worry about it. Okay, now the model transform. The model transforms. Whoa. 0.2 loop. Autoplay. Slow down a lot. Yeah, cool. We have a boat. All right, we'll work more on this Wednesday, I guess. Plenty to be done. Need a big invisible wall around the boat. Need the captain to be. Need to be able to talk to the captain. We need to do the whole flag thing. Need to build. We may start with the end point, which is to say, start building what happens after you've done the quest to get fast travel. And just test, like, okay, I'd like to travel now. Here's a menu. I'm satisfied with this boat. It's silly and not at all good looking, just like I wanted. I swear, it was intentional. I made it suck on purpose. Where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going? Imp is still live. Imp is still live. Still going? No, he cleared. He's probably about to wrap up. Looks like his game is done. Who's on? Who's on? Because I'm going to bed. A quaint little whimsical boat. I love a quaint little whimsical boat. Looking at all these people that are online. Looking at there. Let's check real quick the game dev category for people that have perhaps visited before that I just don't really know as well. I don't have them followed. Like a bad streamer. No. Okay, never mind. All right. We'll throw it right over to GFE then. Because everybody loves Roguemon. But I am about to go to bed, so there's that. Our big wall of cat art and dabble art continues to grow. And if you'd like to have your images included, if you draw a cool picture of the game people, you could draw this horse. I don't know. Look at that guy. I mean, you can't draw this exact horse because I already did. That one's taken. You can't do that one. I already drew.